Measuring speed with the chip log. Sailors used a tool called a chip log to find the ship's speed. The chip log was made up of a wooden roller, a long length of rope, and a wooden triangle that was attached to the end of the line. See photo below, left. There were knots tied into the rope every 48 feet. The triangle, or chip, would be thrown behind the boat. As the ship moved forward, line came off the roller. Crew members kept track of how many knots went overboard in 28 seconds. The number of knots counted represented the speed of the ship in knots, or nautical miles, per hour. By knowing the ship's average speed over the course of a day, the captain could figure out how far the ship had traveled. Speed log. How it measures speed of vessel. What is a speed log? In simple terms, we can define speed log as an instrument which we use to measure the speed of the ship and distance traveled by it. The speed logs are mainly of three types. Most of them show us the 1. Speed through water. Only Doppler log and the satellite speed log show us the 2. Speed over water, as well as 3. Speed over ground. Types of speed logs. Electromagnetic speed log, pedometer speed log, Doppler speed log, impeller speed log, satellite speed log. Now we will try to understand their functions, principle, working, advantages and disadvantages. Electromagnetic speed log. Electromagnetic speed log has another name called M-log. It measures the speed of the vessel through water. Pedometer speed log. It's referred also as a pit log. The device is mainly used to measure the ship's speed relative to water. Data from the pedometer log is usually fed directly into the ship's navigation system. Doppler speed log. It's based on the Doppler effect, in which the wavelength of moving object appears to shift in relation to observer. This shift can be converted into speed, thereby giving an accurate result. What is Doppler effect? It's the change in frequency or wavelength of a wave for an observer who is moving relative to the wave source. Its principle. It's actually based on the principle of Doppler shift in frequency measurement, i.e. apparent change in frequency received when the distance between source and observer is changing due to the motion of either source or observer, or both. Display of a dual-axis Doppler speed log, which shows the vessel's movement in the fore and aft as well as the athwart ship direction. Doppler log is based on the principle of Doppler shift in frequency measurement, i.e. apparent change in frequency received when the distance between source and observer is changing due to the motion of either source or observer, or both. In Doppler log, an observer is moving with the source of sound towards a reflecting plane, then the received frequency. By measuring the received frequency and knowing the value of transmitted frequency and velocity of sound in seawater, the speed of the vessel can be determined. Impeller logs. An impeller or small propeller that projects outside the vessel's hull below the bottom of the boat. The movement of the vessel's hull through the water causes the impeller to rotate. The rotation of impeller produces the electric impulse that is proportional to the counts or revolutions of impeller, and the is translated into distance and speed. The problem with this log is that the projection below the boat is liable to be damaged by fishing gear and debris floating in water. The impeller log is fitted in small-sized vessels, including fishing vessels. A typical impeller log contains the following components. 1. The log tube sensor assembly. 2. The amplifier. 3. Speed indicator and distance counter. PM counters. The engine revolution counters provide a convenient means of determining speed and distance. They automatically count the revolutions of the propellers, and show the total count continuously on their dials. By means of a master counter, average revolutions made by the propellers can be obtained. Satellite speed log. Satellite speed log is a bit different from the earlier mentioned speed logs. The satellite speed log provides us the speed over ground. The satellite speed log is introduced because of the speed accuracy it provides. No matter which type of weather it is outside, the satellite speed log provides us the accurate speed up to an error of 0.02 kts or 0.2%. Satellite speed log works on the GPS signals, which enhances the accuracy of the measured speed of the vessel. Because of the accuracy of the speed over ground provided by the satellite log, this is used for berthing and unberthing operations. The satellite speed log provides us the forward and aft speed as well as the athwartship speed of the vessel. Navigators need to use both speed over water as well as speed over ground judiciously. Speed over water is only required to be used for collision avoidance and not necessarily for navigation. By using speed over ground is good for navigation, a navigator is more aware of the situation than otherwise. For example, if the ship is drifting towards a danger, navigator will know it better if he has speed over ground in radar. This is because, with speed over ground, radar will show a vector of course made good. Vector need to be selected as true in this case. As you can see in above, with speed over water, navigator may get an impression that ship is moving clear of the danger. In actual, it may be drifting towards the danger. So, navigators should use both the speed to their benefit and as a tool to better navigation.